Hello there, I'm Tolvo. Hopefully there won't be too much noise in the background. I have this audio slightly reduced, so I'll be talking over it. The cutscene isn't really the important part here, or the dialogue, but I'm here to teach you how to fight Great Shinobi Owl. I've been doing challenge runs of Sekiro, fighting it on hardest difficulty. I'm probably going to do a bunch more. I've done New Game Plus 7 Charmless Demon Bell speedrunning, and no-hit fights for that difficulty. So just getting that out of the way so you understand I know what I'm talking about. I don't really talk too much with others or seek out others for this. A few people I do talk with, like Ellen on the subreddit Discord for Sekiro. She also knows quite a lot about these sorts of fights and things. But anyway, we will be looking at Great Shinobi Owl and a few different ways to fight him. I don't have one here for how to fight him completely defensively. It doesn't seem to work. He regains posture too quickly. So to get some basic things out of the way about this fight and how it will go, don't use thrust attacks against Great Shinobi Owl, either from your sword or spear. He will Makiri them. You can hit him in between certain animations with it, but it's not really worth it other than as a challenge. Also, don't get posture broken near him. He will go for a death blow instantly. You can bait him, but it's dangerous and get a free hit if he doesn't get you in time. This is fighting Great Shinobi Owl aggressively. Now, for his firecracker, you can simply sprint right through after deflecting the first two hits. You should be able to as well after blocking, or you can sprint backwards. You can also dodge forwards. There are enough iframes to get through the firecracker attack itself. Owl is pretty fast. He's kind of underhanded. He'll do kicks a lot after certain attacks. For his little shuriken throw charging upward swing, I like to deflect the shuriken and then dodge through. You can deflect the attack itself, but you'll get thrown back, and whenever you get behind Great Shinobi Owl, you get to hit him twice instead of just once. Sometimes you can even hit him 3 times. That bomb he just threw right there will cancel out your ability to use healing items. You can't even use Bite Down or Hidden Tooth actually with it active. Right here he'll drop down and knock you back and try to trick you. You can fight him. He'll drop a smoke bomb immediately. In refights from now on, though, he won't do that drop down. He'll just immediately go into Phase 2. Phase 2, he drops smoke bombs, and his throwing shurikens when jumping back is replaced with poison. His most dangerous and hardest to deflect attacks are honestly his normal point-blank attacks after being deflected or in the middle of attacking you. For his firecracker right there, as you see, you want to deflect or block twice for the first 2 hits. You don't want to try to deflect the firecracker itself. It will deal damage through deflect. It's considered a sort of explosion or fire attack. You can hit Great Shinobi Owl out of almost any attack he does. Now, I like to attack twice against his guard, and then wait to see what he does, whether he deflects the second attack, or if he'll pause and just stop and try and attack, jump away, do anything else. After a deflect, he can also do a sudden kick. You can deflect the kicks of Great Shinobi Owl. I do it quite a lot in this video. Now, he likes to regain posture after running away like that. He'll jump back, drop poison, and then regain posture. You can sprint around it in a circle, you can use ranged attacks, you can just run through the poison if you can tank the buildup or have the poison gourd active. And if you have antidotes, it's not a big deal. It's really only a problem for no hit, no damage. A lot of his attacks that are supposed to trick you and be underhanded actually offer you free hits on him. There I was showing a deflect exchange with him. You're not going to really posture break him unless you've gotten him to at least 75% health. At that point, the posture break regain is not enough to make him immune. Also, you get a slightly different death blow animation if you jump off his head and come at him from above. Now, this is me just showing how to basically jump attack Great Shinobi Owl. Here are some of the timings. You basically want to bait out an attack and then jump off of him immediately. Jump attacks do a small amount of damage, so you can kill him. This is a dodge through fight. This is another way to fight Shinobi Owl, and it kind of breaks him, because he's designed to only react after you block, get hit, or deflect. He doesn't actually know what to do if you dodge behind him. He'll just pause, and you get free hits in on him. Often you can get 2 hits this way because you're behind him. Now, I screw up on the Firecracker a few times. That's probably his hardest attack to dodge. But it can be done. You can do this no hit. Shurikens are another. If he throws 2 shurikens, you want to dodge to the side instead of towards him. His shuriken with follow-up attack is also pretty hard. I've found that dodging towards it tends to leave me vulnerable, and the timing is just so tight. When fighting Owl, be wary of when you're going to deflect or do something into a spinning attack, like right there. It actually takes longer than a normal attack. This will leave you open as he has a lot of very fast attacks. You can watch Shinobi Owl. He has a lot of different point-blank melee attacks. You can tell what he's going to do based on whether or not his sword is under or over his shoulder and whether it's on his left or right side. Over his right shoulder is kind of dangerous. You can attack him after most deflects, but if you deflect him and then he does a swing from over his right shoulder down to his left, and the blade is still pretty far forwards down into his left, that means he's going to do a really quick attack follow-up. You don't want to try to attack when he does that, but it's really hard to spot. For the smoke, you can hit him while he's dropping the smoke bomb or just sprint backwards when he starts it. It's not too bad. You can lock on to him pretty quickly right after he does it. And again, I like to count 2 hits typically. If you're trying to queue up attacks or have lag, counting your attacks is pretty important because you can't rely solely on reflex. Shinobi Owl is really hard to put down deflect timers for. I like to do it a lot, and it's just he has so many different attacks. The really powerful ones are pretty obvious. You want to basically deflect or dodge through right as his blade is just coming up in the middle of the swing, because a lot of them are actually upward swings. Now, I have tested, you can't really jump over most of them. Also, after this kill, I believe should be going into New Game +7, Charmless Demon Bell. So, you may see some things you don't normally see, but I'm pretty sure I did it no prosthetic. So there shouldn't really be any spoilers. Now, on Charmless, to no hit, no damage, Shinobi Owl is kind of a nightmare. A lot of his attacks aren't too hard when you're at this high of difficulty because you have to be really good at deflecting, usually to even get here. The biggest problem is a lot of his delayed swings for me. I have trouble with delayed swings. For others, it might be his fast ones if you're not as good with your reflexes. Reflexes are really important here. For deflect timing on some of his attacks, for instance, when he kicks off, the kick is going to come immediately, be incredibly fast. Once he jumps back, there is a slight delay, then you want to press deflect to deflect the shurikens. This should work at most ranges, even point blank. So he will also do that sort of spinning attack, and you'll need to deflect 4 times. You want to wait until he starts to spin around his back to get ready to deflect. And for some reason, the final part of it, when you're too close, can just go through you. For his Firecracker, his shoulder charge comes out really quickly. So you do need to basically tap it twice as fast as you can to get the deflect timing on that. And as you saw, if you deflect his shuriken that he throws when he jumps back, it actually counts as posture damage on him, so you can death blow from that. Getting him stuck in this sort of loop here can actually be very beneficial. You don't want to do it though on phase 2 against a back wall, because eventually he's going to drop poison like so. It also leaves you vulnerable to being hit, since that's some of the harder to predict stuff to parry, since all the timings are so different. Always be ready for him to kick after almost anything. Certain attacks he won't. He won't kick after Firecracker. He won't kick after charge attacks where he goes from the far right to the far left, because that means he's going to drop a Talisman Bomb. You want to be careful after he does poison, because he'll like to stand in it and use it to space and control you. For fighting him, a thing I like to do is stand just out of his range after he dodges back. If you do that, he will basically start to do an attack, and as you start to do an attack, now he'll consider you to be outside of range to hit him, but inside of range to be hit. So he will think you can't hit him as you start your attack, but both of you will take a step forwards to do your attack, and suddenly you'll be in range of each other. This means that your hit will land while he's starting up his swing. Again, a lot of Owl's attacks can be completely interrupted. The only one that really can't be is the smoke. Maybe certain combat arts or prosthetics can. But that should be pretty decent on how to fight Owl. I hope that helps. So let me know if you found this guide helpful, if you'd like to see more in the future, if you have suggestions to add, but I will be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.